What is up, my party people? I should say Patreon people. It is Thursday night, which means typically we do an NBR show tonight, but we did the live breakdown on Gunnar Stockton the other night, and I felt it necessary to bring you guys over on Patreon another video breakdown just for you guys. We'll put a couple of clips up on YouTube for the free people. I'm talking about you over there on YouTube that's watching this without getting the full breakdown. Man, you're selling yourself short, honestly. If you enjoy this content, if you enjoy a community that revolves around football knowledge, about talking the game of football throughout the day, whatever your time span window is when you're available to look up and search up these things, you're missing out, man. The Patreon, not only platform that we built, the content that we got over there, but the community. That's, to me, the longer we go into this process, that's what I learn more and more about the people involved in the Patreon that we got over there. It's the community that you're really there for. The content's great. The inside intel is great. Don't get me wrong. That's the stuff that I produce. But what really makes the machine go, what really makes what we have over on patreon.com/Brooks Austin special is the people involved in it. And that's you guys, the guys over there on the Patreon account that are watching this right now live, not on a post edit, not on a secondary platform. The guys that are getting this firsthand, and gals for that matter, that are getting it firsthand, those are the ones that make it special. And I'm really proud to be a small portion of it. They carry the major weight. So if that's what you want, if you want a community of Georgia Bulldog fans that really enjoy the game of football, are really there to learn about the game of football, to have intricate football conversations and have a little bit of fun and cut up throughout the day, that's the place to be. Patreon.com/Brooks Austin, and to be a part of that Discord community chat that we have over there as well. So that's the one to sign up for. The changes around this show, the fancy new film guy up in the corner, the logo in the bottom right-hand corner, the OBS platform, all this stuff that we're bringing to you now, that we're changing about the show that we've got around you, that's evolving around you as we speak, that's a part of the Discord chat. Those guys have made their imprint on this show, the show ideas that we have, the new segments that we're going to be bringing to you, not only on Nothing But Rants over on MBR, the show that we typically have on Thursday night, but the rest of the show and the rest of the platform that's changing and the ideas surrounding it. That's where to be. That's a large portion of where these ideas come from. So it's a great place to be, and you need to be at it. Enough of the sales pitch. Into this Jermaine Burton breakdown, which, as you guys know, especially you guys on the Patreon account, I've been buying up all the Jermaine Burton stock humanly possible since December of last year. So I've been riding the Jermaine Burton train since December, so 13 months at this point. It's been a good ride, to be honest with you. It hasn't made me any money because I didn't actually physically buy the stock, but that sucker is skyrocketing, especially after the Mississippi State game this year when he set a freshman record for 197 receiving yards in one single game. I believe that's a record. Terrence Edwards, check me on that one, brother, if you are watching this one. So tonight's about him. We're going to show you where he can improve, but we're also going to show you things that he does exceptionally well, which to me, it's always going to be route running. I think he's got some of the surest hands I've evaluated up close and personal. I probably watched Jermaine work out from December to June, I believe, when he headed off to college. Probably watched him work out, let's say 20, 25 times. Probably caught 60 balls a workout. I saw him drop one ball the entire time. That's not an exaggeration. One ball. My boy Jeff Sintel was out there that day. He'll tell you about it. The only ball. Okay. Just a lack of concentration. He had a few drops this year. I'm going to show you why, especially in this Alabama game that we're going to watch tonight. But the route running is superior to probably 99.9% of freshmen that entered the college ranks because of who he's trained with for so long. Terrence teaches route running better than most wide receiver coaches. I'll tell you that right now. There's a lot of good ones. Terrence, I will say, is probably the best. In my humble opinion, I'm a little biased because I do get to watch him work all the time. He's the one that I'm closest with. He's the one that I go watch the most, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, he's got great athletes down there that he works with, but I learn. When I go watch guys like Terrence, when I go watch guys like Oliver Davis, who I was at today or with today, I learned something about the game of football, and even as someone who considers themselves the film guy, even as someone who considers themselves really, really smart in the game of football, it's important for me to learn still, especially about skill positions, which, if you can tell, I didn't play, right? I had my hand in the dirt my whole entire life, so shocker, right? I know. But things that Jermaine can improve on, we're going to show you tonight. Obviously not the best blocker out on the edge. We're going to work to clean some of those things up. I did find some things explosive-wise that I think he can clean up or, pursue to get better. But the reason we chose the Alabama tape as opposed to the Mississippi State tape where he lit it up, because this is the best of the best. He's going to go up against Patrick Surtain in about 50% of these clips, and they targeted him a bunch. So I'm really excited about tonight's film session. Without further ado, we've ranted for 11 and a half minutes now. Let's get this sucker rolling and watch this transition. Boom! How about that? Again, that's the Discord family over there, man. They make all that happen. So let's watch it. First play of the game, Jermaine Burton's going to put, probably the number one corner on my big board at least, into a daggum spin cycle right here in cover 3. And I'm going to slow it down for you on this comeback, but this right here is why I say the route running is superior to just about anybody. Watch him. We talk about as wide receivers, or at least I'm told that they talk about. I've listened to them talk about. I'm not a wideout, obviously. Again, offensive lineman my whole life. We talk about getting into the windows of the cornerback. What does that mean? It means I'm trying to force him to make a decision, especially when he's off coverage like this. When he's in a cover 3 drop, or when he's in a press bail situation, which right here he was off the line of scrimmage, you've got to get them to force declare. You've got to force them to declare a direction. He just did. He forced Surtain to open his hips to the boundary because he pressed him to his outside leverage. Now, once he does that, what's he do? He immediately gets back into his window where he can't see him. Back behind him, okay? Once he gets into that window, he makes him turn around again and then snap right back out into the other window where he can't see him. Boom. Just created separation on the best corner in college football for my money. Okay, doesn't get the ball, but it's important to watch these things. That's why I watch it as closely as I do, because I learn more and more about you, not just from the TV cut-ups, not just following the football, not just what you do when you get the rock in your hands or when you get a target your way, but what you're doing consistently on a consistent basis. That's 100% of the profile, not just 10% of the profile, right? Going to 112. You can tell I have my Death Wish coffee tonight. Now, this is another area of his game where I think he can improve. They like to use him as a yak monster, a yards after the catch type of guy, a guy that can run with the football in his hands. It's why he's been the reverse guy. It's why he's been the most of the screen guys in the bubble format. Kyrus catches most of the tunnel screens, which kind of tells you what they think about Kyrus' ability with the ball in his hands in the middle of the field. They use Jermaine as the bubble guy in the screen game. Now, what he can improve on. Look, you're no longer playing high school football, Jermaine. You're not, okay? You're in the SEC now. So when we get out on the edge, when we got free defenders running after us, stick your foot in the ground and go. Stick the foot in the gas and get north and south, get as much as you can, and be decisive. Don't slow down. Don't try to make people miss. Now, you can make people miss, but you can make one guy miss. Well, guess what happens in the SEC? One guy turns into 3 really damn quick, okay? Really, really damn quick. So, in that case, don't slow down. Just get to the boundary, okay? Get as many yards as we can, live to fight another day. We talk about that with quarterbacks all the time. We need to talk about it with wide receivers every once in a while as well. Live to fight another day, get north and south. There's another clip later on an end around where he bout fumbles that we're going to show you because he's trying to make too many people miss. Just get north and south. 137. Okay, I already told you from the jump. The blocking has got to improve next year. Now, here's the deal. Jermaine was a freshman this year, played immediately, right? Didn't really have a typical offseason where he's in the weight room consistently, in the strength and conditioning program consistently, had a condensed preseason where I guarantee they weren't working a lot of stock blocking in Indy. I bet they were working a lot of route concepts, a lot of new stuff that Monken was implementing because it was their first opportunity to do so without spring practice. So They probably weren't doing a lot of stock blocking. They probably weren't getting a lot of live reps of this type of stuff. And maybe they were. But a lot of it is he just hadn't done it a lot, especially on this level. So when you get out there, Jermaine, and you unzip your feet, just stay on. Don't be indecisive. If you look at him right here, he's locked on to the corner right now. Stay there throughout the rep. You've got another lead blocker coming your way in Zamir. So your indecisiveness has now led to his indecisiveness. He didn't know who to pick up. His job is to pick up the most dangerous man out there in the alley, I would presume. So make it easy on him. Be decisive and make your declaration early in the play and stay on, okay? I do love the way he at least blocks with effort, okay? He's a little undersized to be out on the edge typically, right? Not anymore, used to, okay? Most of your X and Z receivers are 6'3", 6'4". They look a whole lot more like George Pickens and Matt Landers and Marcus Rasim-Jack-Saint than they typically do Jermaine Burton. But Devontae Smith looks a whole lot like Jermaine Burton, height and weight-wise, okay? Jalen Waddle looks a whole lot like Jermaine Burton, height and weight-wise. Devontae Adams, okay? Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry. All these guys are guys that play out on the edge in the NFL, and they're his size. So it is the future. It is the wave. But if we're going to do it, we got to block with perfect technique. 332 is where we're headed next. I think it's a slant. Now, I got on my notes that he put, we're freezing. He put old Patrick Surtain in a spin cycle right here. I've seen Jermaine run this route 150 times, okay? He is by far the best slant runner that Georgia has. It's not even close, okay? Not even close. He creates space on slants better than anybody there, and it's because of what he does with his footwork consistently down in and down out. Watch him down here at the bottom, okay? He's going to press the outside shoulder of Surtain. Why? He wants to create that right there. He wants to get this opening to the boundary, just like we showed you earlier. Now, he's going to give him a hezzy, keep him going, and then stick his foot in the ground, get back inside, and run that hard slant, okay? Look at all the space he just created against a future first-round pick who is in bump and run right now. He is not in press bail. He is in bump and run. He is in man-to-man. I got you. I'm not going anywhere. I got you the rest of the snap. And look how much space he creates. Boom. Okay, again, ball doesn't come to him, but I like watching this stuff. It's important to watch this stuff. If you can create space against number 2, you can do it against just about anybody, not only in college, but you're going to be able to do it on the next level too. Great slant. Great slant right there. 417. We got a blurry film. What could have been? My God, what could have been on the note sheet? Now, we got cut out a little bit earlier, but we talked about this when we originally did the offensive breakdown after the Alabama game. We talked about how I thought Stetson came into this game listening to a game plan all week long. We're going to hit the seam shots. We're going to hit the seam shots. We're going to hit the seam shots all week long. And then he gets out there and predetermines and just throws the ball and doesn't read the defense, okay? That's exactly what happened right here. Right off the snap, and again, we get cut short. Right off the snap, Jermaine is already creating space. The ball is about to be released right now. The safety is opening up to the boundary. It makes no sense to throw this seam fade right here, or slot fade. It makes no sense. He throws it anyways, again, because I think all week he was told it's going to be there, it's going to be there, it's going to be there, we're going to hit it, we're going to hit it, we're going to hit it. Well, it's not there. Well, look, and I'm going to show you from the tight. Just look. It's 3rd and 7. I know you don't want to take the underneath throw. You kind of want to get to the sticks, but my God, son, look at how much room is available there. It's so easy to sit here and be a armchair quarterback or whatever, but I'm telling you that staring down your read, staring it down, never moving off of it, and letting the ball loose because you were told all week it was going to be there is not the way to win football games in the SEC. We've got to get off of our read, especially against Alabama, because look at this dude and look at all this grass. Your best run after the catch guy. Not my opinion, the offensive coordinator's opinion based off the way he designs plays, okay? He's their reverse guy, like we told you. He's wide open, and he's got all kinds of grass in front of him. Get him the ball. Get him the ball. So, in conclusion, if I'm Jermaine Burton, I'm spending the next 5 months, whatever it is. It's January right now. So you really got an opportunity to work on your craft until August, essentially, or till July, basically. I'm getting bigger, not much bigger. I'm adding some weight so I can hold my own out there on the edge in run blocking because it is valuable. Don't get it twisted. I'm doing some type of grip strength work so I can finish catches all the time, not just every once in a while, not just 65, 70% of the time. Finish catches at 100% clip like the great ones do because I think that's where this kid is headed. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and the additional burst, 3 to 7 yard burst. But again, you're watching him against Patrick Surtain, who I bet at the combine goes 4.38. So what are you going to do, right? I mean, that dude's pretty freaking good. I think that's going to be it for us tonight. Tomorrow is the 15th. I'm going to take my wife out for a dinner date, and that's that. But for you guys that are watching on YouTube, you probably only got 15 to 20 minutes max on this. We went close to 50 to an hour over there on the Patreon account. So feel free to sign up over there for you Patreon people. I'll see you jokers over in the Discord chat. We'll get chatting up. We'll get your post-game thoughts or your post-breakdown thoughts, post-game film thoughts from you guys. Shout out to my boy Ditko and Chris Allen for the way that this broadcast has looked. It's only going to get better, I promise you. Shout out to you guys for watching, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Patreon. If you are on YouTube and you've wanted to forever now get on the Patreon account, but for some whatever financial reason you can't make it work, whatever it is, I had a very nice Patreon subscriber donate a free year of subscription services to our Patreon account. I'm going to give those out to 3 or 4 people, and then I'll cover the rest probably. Maybe not throughout the full year, but we'll give you a little dose of the good stuff over there. So if that's you, hit me up on Twitter at BrooksAustinSI. If you're not following me there already, please do so. Again, that's at BrooksAustinSI. That's it for us tonight, guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great one. We'll see you next time.